Saturday night, April 19th, featured a lacrosse battle of the unbeatens as Millard West hosted the reigning state champion Waukee Warriors. With both teams sitting at the top of the conference, this matchup had major playoff implications and state-level intensity. The Wildcats struck first as senior David Finistad found the back of the net just over a minute into the game. Waukee quickly answered back with just over 9 minutes left in the first. Midway through the quarter, penalties to juniors Brody Clayton and Spencer Stuthythe gave the Warriors a two-man advantage. They would capitalize to take a 2-1 lead, followed by two more Waukee goals to take a 4-1 lead into the break.
Well, it's hard enough having played the day after a game that was already tough, but we could not stay out of the box, and that did not help us at all. We had probably a full quarter with penalties, man down. We've had games like that before this season, and we've come out with a win, but it did not help us.
The second quarter saw Waukee continue to apply pressure, opening the frame with three more goals by cutting inside the crease and around defenders, all within the first 6 minutes. The Wildcat defense worked to hold off the onslaught for several minutes, but despite a brief timeout to regroup, Waukee tacked on another goal with just over 2 minutes remaining. Senior Luke White answered back after finding an outside lane to the net for the Wildcats' second goal, only for Waukee to respond again and take a 9-2 lead into halftime.
A lot of things that we took away, we didn't necessarily have a zone offense. They ran a zone defense, and so it was kind of hard to adjust to that because we didn't have a set play for that. So we kind of just went over a zone offense in practice and have been going over what we need to do to move forward. But yeah.
Millard West came into the third quarter with renewed intensity. White added his second goal midway through the period to trim the deficit, but Waukee once again had an answer. It was overall defensively a sound quarter for the Wildcats with extended offensive possessions, but the Warriors still led 10-3 heading into the final quarter.
What made them such a tough matchup was just the fact that they just wouldn't stop. Most teams in Nebraska, as soon as they dodge, they'll kind of stop and then go out like they're scared. But Waukee is just constantly dodging, constantly moving. And what really killed us was their transition offense. We just really weren't prepared for how fast they transitioned. So I think that's primarily what made them so difficult.
Although down big, the Wildcats continued to battle back in the final quarter of play. Junior Sam Kierhofer found the net early, followed by a pair of Waukee goals. Millard West again controlled possession for stretches, but couldn't find the right opportunities for high-percentage shots in time. In the closing minutes, Finistad leapt above the Warrior goaltender to score, followed by White completing his hat trick just 20 seconds later. Despite the late push, the comeback fell short as Waukee closed out the game and handed the Wildcats their first loss of the season with a final score of 12-6. For the MWHS Wildcat News, this has been Samuel Whitaker.